Hello, and welcome to an episode of Todd Talks. And Todd Talks, people listen. Omnitrix doesn't seem to be working. Hopefully. Alright, so here we are. The battle between Ben 10 and Green Lantern has happened, and I was wrong. My winning streak has been shattered because Green Lantern has pulled off, I think, one of the biggest surprise victories in the history of Death Battle. And I say that because just about everyone who saw this battle said that Ben 10 was going to win via stomp because of beings like Alien X. And that didn't happen. And in the process, DC has now continued its impressive winning streak, of which they have not lost since the Black Panther Batman fight at the beginning of last season, Season 5. So, yeah, they've won a lot of death battles since then. Yeah, so this is a lot to process, but I'll do my best to assess it all out. But let's talk about the good. Alright, I love that they talked about basically everything for these characters, which you say, oh, you think I was supposed to do that? Well, they did a really good job because they talked about how, the Ben 10 of like the original series, and then how he's evolved since then. They calculated him technically to being 16 by the time the battle took place, which is the last series before the reboot happened. And then there was, they talk about in the beginning aliens like Forearms and Accelerate, but then they went to, like Atomics and Upchuck and, of course, Alien X, and they spent a lot of time on Alien X, and I'm glad that they did, because obviously the big question was how powerful could Alien X be to the extent that they could defeat Green Lantern. And I kid you not, as I'm watching the breakdown for just Alien X, I am literally saying to myself, Hal Jordan is screwed. Alright, he's screwed. But apparently not, because as good as my Green Lantern knowledge is, and you can't really tell, but I'm actually wearing a Green Lantern shirt right now. Yeah, it's green. You can tell. See, look, there's Hal right there. Look there, right? Come on, there's Hal. Okay, never mind. Just take my word for it, alright? I had a Green Lantern ring, I have a Green Lantern shirt. So, but apparently, as much as my knowledge of Green Lantern is, and I really, I know a lot, I apparently forgot some key features of the Green Lantern Corps and the Green Lantern ring, because to my recollection, I don't recall Hal Jordan ever using the Green Lantern ring to do time travel, but apparently he did! And then, of course, there was the Crisis on Infinite Earths, where the multiverse collapsed and the Green Lanterns were fine, which negates the ability of Alien X to destroy the universe and just wipe out Hal Jordan that way. But I did note that his willpower was legendary, so yeah, wow. As for the battle, as I noted, I was actually really okay with this being a 2D death battle, because that's a lot of 3D models for Ben 10, and that would take a lot more work, whereas, between the massive animation team that they have with Luis and all of them, it was a lot easier for them to do the 2D aliens, and I respect that, and I'm okay with that. They really had a lot of fun with this one. They're going from the basics, like Forearms and Accelerate and Heat Blast, to Gray Matter, then to Way Big. And I could just tell that something was wrong when they did Alien X early, because you'd think that he would be like the ultimate trump card, and he was, but they had him like die, and they did like the circle rewind, and then Hal went back in time. I'm like, oh, suck. So yeah, Hal Jordan won. Now, I've already read the comments of the video, and this is easily going to be one of the most controversial death battles ever. Not just because Alien X technically lost, but of how Ben lost the fight. The way they had Green Lantern do it was he chopped off Ben's arm, which means he couldn't activate the Omnitrix, and then of course he just squished Ben, which literally means I was wrong in that death battle wouldn't kill a child like this, because they literally like squished Ben in Ben form, which I said they wouldn't do. So I'm like twice wrong here, and it sucks. But a lot of people are complaining because because Death Battle admitted that the Omnitrix has a failsafe to save Ben if he's ever going to die. Here's the problem. If you read the box that comes to the corner of the screen, they talk about how the failsafe protects against death, not maiming. All right? And if you've watched the show, you know that Ben has gotten hurt in the past, and the Omnitrix hasn't done anything because he's not dying. All right? And it's the same thing here. And they said that, I can't recall the exact arc, but Vilgax used that loophole, if you will, to try and take the Omnitrix once. Again, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched the whole series. But it goes to reason that, you can chop off the arm of Ben and he won't die because he's you can live without an arm. And so that's fine. But even more than that, we've got to remember that this is a death battle that is hand or drawn or animated by a team who's trying to show a visual way of, projecting the outcome of a fight. And to that extent, it could have ended 1,000 different ways, and not just, Ben getting squished via time manipulation. So there is that. That being said, I do understand a lot of the controversies, especially some of the points that I brought up, with Green Lantern being a guy who is literally, a guy whose whole arsenal is based on physical attacks. Why couldn't he have just gone to, Big Chill or Ghost Freak and, beaten him that way? It goes to reason. Because, Ghost Freak could scare the crap out of Hal, which would break his willpower, and then he wouldn't be able to do that anymore. But I don't know. There's a lot of ways this could have gone, and I am definitely going to look forward to the Death Battle cast tomorrow to see how they defend the actions that they did, because this is going to be controversial, because even though they stated that, Hal is stronger than Alien X, Hal is faster than Alien X, people aren't going to understand that unless they watch it multiple times, because they said that Hal is faster, like 7 times faster, that, Hal can, his ring can save him from multiple threats. He's defeated gods who are on par with Alien X, so it makes sense that he could beat him. I just didn't think he could. So, goes to show you, even the ones you call stomps, they're not. They're not at times, except for Thor Raiden. That one was a total stomp. Anyway. So, yeah, that happened. My winning streak is shattered. Remember, the Mega Man was an abstention. That was not... I did not win or lose that battle. It was an abstention. So, I have lost my first death battle since Ryujin, I do believe. So, it's been a while. So, I'll take this loss. I underestimated the power of Green Lantern's light, and I'll pay the price for it. I will pay the price for it. Alright, in a very shockingly yet excellent death battle, I have to look up the name because I can't remember it. We have Weiss Schnee, the second member of RWBY to appear in death battle, versus Mitsuru Kirijo, who is from Persona 3. Okay, now I have never played the Persona games. I know of the characters, I know of the world and the style, so I'm definitely going to have to dive deep into Mitsuru Kirijo's abilities, but I am so happy that we are getting Weiss Schnee. I love RWBY, and I'm going to really enjoy this fight, especially since it's absolutely 100% 3D, because it's been 3 fights now since our last 3D Death Battle, and RWBY is owned by Rooster Teeth, which is, in conjunction with Death Battle, and they gave him the model for Yang, so they're going to give him the model for Schnee. So, awesome stuff. So, with that, I'm ending this episode of Todd Talk. Let me know what you thought of the Ben 10 Green Lantern fight. Do you think that this was one of the most controversial fights? Do you disagree with what Death Battle did in the fight, said about the fight, etc., etc.? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, are you looking forward to RWBY versus Persona? So, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you were listening, and I'll see you around.